Welcome, everybody, back to the Cantina Corner podcast. We are at full capacity, as always, so make sure you grab yourself a drink, have a seat, and we are going to get into some Falcon and Winter Soldier today, the epic finale that ended with the show on Disney+. But before we do that, as always, I want to do some promotion stuff here. We have our awesome sponsor that we still have with Rep Sports, who is the proud maker of the Raise Energy Drink. Fantastic energy drink, as always. Like I say, they've got great products. As I always talk about, you can get pre-workout, whey protein, sleep aid, you name it, they got it. And one thing that I'm going to be putting out that's actually going to be special for listeners, if you're listening or watching this right now, there's a new promotion that we're going to be able to give to you where basically you're going to get an entire starter pack at the cost of just shipping. It's something that I'm going to be putting out, so make sure you look in the information of this video. If you're listening, go to the Facebook page and check that out. You can get an entire starter pack for just the cost of shipping. It's like almost a $60 whole bundle that you can get for really cheap. So definitely check that. It's an amazing deal. Amazing deal. The list of products will be in there when you go check it out. So we'll make sure to put the link and the code you need to use for that. So make sure you check that out. And with that, we are going to get into Falcon and Winter Soldier. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you?
I'm fantastic, dude. I'm so glad that this show, not glad that it's over, but like I'm excited to see what comes next because the way that this ended was fantastic. As always, like we always do, I'm going to ask you guys what you thought, like quick synopsis, what you thought of this episode, and then we'll go into the breakdown of it. So what was your guys' verdict on it?
Do you want to go first, Cody, or want me to take
Go ahead, take it.
I liked it. The only thing I didn't like is the redemption for John Walker. I didn't like it. I wanted him to be an asshole the whole time. And plus, I don't know, it was just when that van was sitting there teetering and he looked over, I'm like, God, they had to make him like somewhat redeemable. I didn't like that at all. That was my only knock on the episode. Other than that, it was solid all the way through. I enjoyed it.
Okay. What about you, Cody?
Well, the only thing I'd say to that is stay tuned to his storyline. Trust me.
Well, yeah, they did make definitely put in there where he's definitely going to be doing some shit in the future.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So,
yeah, the episode was all right.
All right. You didn't think it was like good, great, bad. It was just okay.
It was good. I saw a lot of it coming. I think that's kind of sucked me out of it, but
yeah. Because I know a lot of what you like had theorized early
Yeah.
on was just like, whoop, here it all is. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it was a good episode. I was entertained the whole time I watched it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I like how they kept ragging on the government for the social issues. I love that. So
that was great. I love Anthony Mackie's whole speech and everything there at the end, telling him he's like, yeah, what really is the difference? Like what you guys do and then all this shit, what they were doing, like, oh, it was perfect that whole time. I did love that. That was probably my favorite part of the episode was just that speech alone. Just him sitting there and just putting it out there, putting their perspectives out there. It was great.
That was fantastic. And honestly, the one line that I loved the most in that speech was when he stated, he goes, when you're making these decisions in that room, who are you surrounding yourself by?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you're not staring at the people that you're trying to help. You're just around other officials. And it was just like, that one stuck with me the biggest out of that whole speech.
Yeah.
It was great. It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a fantastic speech. A lot of touch on like what's going on socially that's been going on fucking forever. But I did like that this episode was, even though we kind of figured out a lot of what was going to happen in this, and obviously if you read the comics, you know stuff, you know, like U.S. agent showing up in the end, you know, Cody had talked about that before, which I didn't even know. So that obviously came out. Wasn't surprised to see that. But I did like how it was like a nonstop. Like the entire episode was just like very, very fast paced, but in a very good way. Like it wasn't just rushed, but it was just nonstop from start to finish. And I thought that was great for a finale, just in general.
It was better paced than WandaVision's finale. For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I liked it. It was over before I even was like ready for it to be over.
Yeah, I know. I was watching with my girlfriend, and she was just sitting there, and she was like, "That's it." Like, it went by quick.
It definitely makes you want more, for sure.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, there might be season 2. I mean, they've been talking rumors about it. I've heard that they've already got
No.
They're coming out with a movie. They're getting their own movie.
Okay, but there will be a continuation of this.
Yeah.
Okay,
and it'll be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier, like the title they gave you at the end.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah, it'll be Captain America 4. So.
Speaking of, since we're saying Captain America, now that it is officially the new Captain America, I gotta say, well, first I want to ask you, Cody, because you said you knew what the suit was they used in the comic for this, because we
Yeah.
had talked about that when they were showing the case, but didn't show it. Was this the exact same one that you were
Not
thinking
exact,
of?
but yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay,
It's pretty
because
close.
I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't know if this is in the comics. I haven't looked yet if it was, but me personally, and I want to get your guys' opinion, I don't know if I like this suit. There's only one part of it that bothers me, and it's literally where the piece comes up from like his collar all the way up and around his like face and stuff like that. I just that looks so stupid.
I dig the whole costume and everything, except I'll be honest, the whole time I was sitting there watching, I was like, it is weird how it just kind of stops right here. But other than that, it's still badass suit. But yeah, I agree with you. It just kind of that just stopping right there was a little weird, but whatever. It's a minor thing, really. So
Yeah.
I think it would have fit better if he just had his goggles. You know, just left it at the goggles and just changed everything else. I don't understand the whole head wrap shit.
yeah,
Well, sorry to disappoint you, dude.
Listen, like I said, it's a nitpick, and I could tell in this suit he walks a lot different as far as his posture than he did with the Falcon suit. The Falcon suit, he had more like sway with it and stuff like that. And this, he had like that Captain America like strut. I don't know if like I'm just seeing shit, but it seemed like he like kind of embodied that different from what the Falcon's kind of swagger was.
it did kind of seem like his demeanor did change when he was in the suit. It was more of like not so much of a sidekick demeanor and more of like an upfront, like like
Yeah.
main character kind of demeanor.
Yeah, for sure. That I didn't know with him doing this suit though and becoming Captain America, which I don't know if this is true too, Cody, with the comics, that he actually still had the wings with this.
Mhm.
Did he combine them both in that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I didn't know that, and I was like, that's sweet because it adds a whole new effect, which you saw with the fighting, which we're gonna get into because the fighting I thought was really great. How he incorporates the whole motif with Falcon with flying around doing his stuff, but also still having the shield. I thought that was fantastic.
Well, you got to think if he doesn't have those wings, he's not keeping up with everybody else. Like
It's
Cap
true.
actually had like super speed. You know, he was a super soldier, super jump. You know, catch up with people. Without the wings, Sam really doesn't have shit.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. So that puts it into perspective. I did like when he was flying by and they were like, "It's the Black Falcon," and he was like, "Is it Captain Falcon?"
Yeah.
Like,
Captain Falcon. I
what
just
do we
think of
call
Smash
him?
Bros.
Smash Bros. Captain
Yeah.
Falcon. You imagine if this dude was running around just Falcon punching people?
That'd be great.
He stops down and gets the Zemo Falcon kick.
Oh, that ending was sweet. That last what is it, the prisoners or whatever, just fucking exploding, and then they show
Zemo.
Zemo in the cell. And I was like, yeah, that's fucking sweet.
Yeah, I did get confused with that when he was like, "One world, one people," and then the whole truck blew up. Like, was that just to like talk shit to him?
No,
I
he
think
was
that guy
part
was
of it. They
legit on
were
their
gonna
side. Yeah.
legitimately like help them escape, but Zemo's butler blew the fucking had it rigged to blow. How the fuck did you not get that?
I must have missed that like slightly. I
What?
must have missed that.
Come on,
I
dude.
swear to God.
They
I'm late
panned
for
from the
this Marvel game, and
explosion
I
right
got it.
to the old man sitting in the car, and then they cut right to Zemo with a
I
smile
know,
on his
but
face.
I forgot the old man part. Like I saw that old man part, but I
They
didn't
only
connect
really
it with
show
Zemo.
him in the show on the plane. When they're on the plane, it's the
Did they
same
show
old
him
guy.
before?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I forgot because we only saw him a couple times. I didn't like recollect that he was in the show for anything.
Yeah.
I just thought it was like a side character that might be something that like was like an Easter egg to
No.
something to come.
I mean, the Easter egg is Zemo being in the raft.
Well, yeah, because that's where they the Dora Milaje said they were going to take him, right?
Yeah, that's where he was there when they showed him smirk. But the raft is run by, I mean, you learn this in Civil War when all of them get put in the raft.
Mhm.
And what is it, Lieutenant? I forget what his fucking title is now, but Thunderbolt is running the show. Fucking the old guy. And the Thunderbolts is kind of like the Marvel Suicide Squad.
Hmm.
Okay.
And Zemo is part of that. So him being in the
Okay.
raft is kind of that like Easter egg teaser, like, hey, this could be coming in the future.
Okay. All right. That's pretty sweet. I mean, I'm just excited to see what's going to come from this in general because now that we got one thing I want to say with like when we got the US agent at the end, you know, obviously alluding to something coming later. I did find it was kind of dorky when he was sitting there with his wife and he's like, I'm back. I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy to be back. And I was just like calm the fuck down, dude. Like,
Yeah.
it's like he didn't just murder someone publicly a little bit ago and cause all these problems. And he just like, I'm back. I'm back.
That was the other reason I was disappointed that he ended up saving those government a-holes, because the way they treated him, and was it the episode prior, right? That
Yeah.
when he was in that hearing, and it was like, I really wanted him to keep carrying that on, especially if, like you guys said, that Lady Hydra, whatever she's supposed to be, is gonna end up using him for evil purposes. I really just was like, when I say, I was just like, just I wanted him to just give it to those guys. Just give it to them stuck up a-holes.
Not necessarily evil purposes.
Well, I mean,
There'll be a lot of
Lady Hydra, isn't it?
conflicting missions.
Well,
It's gonna be
regardless.
interesting to see how they use them.
Yeah, but it was good though. It was good.
Yeah, I do agree with you, Nick. When he did show up and was just like acting cool and helping him, I was like, okay, I'll let it go, whatever. But it was a little funky, and it would have been more interesting if he was trying to not. He didn't care about the Flag Smashers. He didn't care about helping Falcon and Winter Soldier. He just wanted to go beat up those government officials, and
Yeah.
like that would have created a great triangle with that entire fight instead of two sides.
Yeah, that is kind of the angle I was hoping for, because I was like, if this guy's going rogue, like, yeah, maybe fight the Flag Smashers not because she killed his partner, but maybe not care so much, and yeah, just have a bone to pick with those government a-holes. Like, that is kind of what I was hoping a little bit for. But I mean, I wasn't disappointed in the way they did everything, though. It was still good. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good, and the fighting was really really well done. I thought the fighting was fantastic between all the characters. I did like the one little nod that they put in there when the leader of the Flag Smashers, I always forget her fucking name,
Carly,
but yeah, Carly. She was sitting there, and they had the two vehicles full of all the government officials, and she was down there, and Bucky was in there fucking them up, and she's like, "Quick, burn one of them. Give him someone to save." And I was like, "That's a perfect thing, showing how like that classic comic book feel of like the villain always distracts the savior with trying to help somebody and then tries to escape." It was like the most classic way of doing it, and she just blatantly said it, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Also, I want to say, I think it's important, like you guys are talking about John Walker trying to save those government fucks. I think it's very important that he failed.
What do you mean?
He failed to. I mean, even though the truck didn't fall, he didn't actually get it off. He was tackled before he could save it, and it took Sam saving it.
That's
very
true.
important.
Yeah, and he saved that truck pretty sweet too, using what is it, the fucking
Red Wing?
God. Yeah, Red Wing, when it like split off into three and then used the boosters and stuff. That was just he's got so much more complexity to him as far as a superhero than he ever did now that he's combined both of them into one. It's really really cool. And there was a video I didn't see, speaking of like the Captain America shield, when Walker came back with his, homemade piece of crap that he had. I saw a video online, and I didn't click it obviously because it looked like more clickbait of like an Easter egg that can mean nothing. It was one of those videos like, 10 things you missed in the finale, and they had circled his bent up shield. Is there any significance to the shield being all dicked up as to like why, or was that just literally a clickbait title that I
probably clickbait?
Okay, because it was off of
it was
Mojo.
A fake shield. I mean, it was punched by a super soldier. I don't understand.
No, I was just curious because I didn't even waste my time watching it, but I saw it on the Watch Mojo top 10 thing, and I was like, well, maybe it's something.
He's gonna need a new one. Maybe that's what they're trying to allude to.
Maybe that, or I was thinking if like, because he put his Medal of Honor on the back of it, if maybe he left it there, if maybe they're trying to signify like he's stepping away from that. If that's the case, I don't know.
Possibly. Because they did show him looking at it at one point.
Either way, it sounds like a clickbait.
It probably was. But I mean, what was like the most significant thing that stuck out with you guys in this episode? I know, Cody, obviously you said you mainly figured a lot of it out, and obviously I wasn't surprised when I saw it because we had talked about it, but like, was there anything significant in this one that was like big for you, or it was just what you thought, cut and dry, what it was going to be?
I mean, the only thing I'll say is Carter getting work inside with the government as being the power broker.
That's what I was
that'll
hoping you'd
probably
bring
be
that up.
pretty significant.
Do you think that's
Yeah,
going to
other than
be
that,
about in that movie you're talking about that they're coming out with? You think that's going to
yeah,
tie into that movie? Okay,
probably.
because
Yeah,
that's what.
100%.
Walker will probably be in it.
Okay,
So
that's what when they ended it like that. That's what I was like. Oh, if there's a second season, this seems like that's where they're kind of building up. But since you say there's a movie, I'm
yeah,
curious. Yeah, if they're going to tie that in, then
Walker will definitely be in it because here's something. I don't know if you guys might have missed it, but I think most people might have missed it. I mean, they confirmed very early on in this episode that Carter was the power broker to me. I mean, even though I was on it 2 episodes ago,
Yeah.
as soon as she showed up, Sam had just got done telling Bucky I called for backup. And then she shows up and her and Bucky are talking, but you hear in Bucky's ear Sam say, "What is she doing here?"
Mhm.
So that's not the backup he called. The backup he called was Walker. They never really explained that. You think about it, nobody else showed up for backup besides Walker, which means Sam reached out to him, giving him a second
Okay.
chance.
Yeah, and that would make sense too, because how would he know like where to go and what to do and whatnot if he was like completely cut off from the government?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that.
I only caught that because I thought, yeah, that episode when she called the French dude on the phone, I knew right there. I was like, this she's the power broker.
Yeah.
I knew it right away.
Yeah, and I thought she did a phenomenal job doing that whole Two-Face bit when she was there, and they
Yeah.
were like, would you want your job back? And she's like, it would be an honor, and all this stuff. I was like, oh, you smug bitch.
Yeah.
And then the minute she walks out, and she's just like, we're gonna have everything at our fingertips.
We got government secrets for sale. Call Russia.
But she did phenomenal with that, and that'll be interesting, especially now that we've got somebody who comes from the Carter family bloodline, who's always been on the right side of things when it comes to Captain America, and then now it's like turning.
Yeah.
What is she? Because obviously I'm late to the whole Marvel thing. What importance does she play like through all this? What do you mean, like the
What?
Carter bloodline and all that?
Just kidding.
I mean, outside
know.
of just this
I'm just kidding.
show, like I get the power
So-
thing, but like
She is a daughter of Agent Carter, which is the woman that Captain America fell in love with.
I thought that was Lee's partner.
Got it.
No,
Okay.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she's the daughter of her, and she was in the original Captain America movie. So that's where they show her, and then
Okay.
yeah, and you've seen Endgame, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
finish
and then
that.
in Endgame, when he's like, I want to go back in time and actually live my life and do all that stuff, he goes back to be with Agent Carter and live a normal
That's who he's
life.
dancing with.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's their daughter then, or just
No,
her
it's
daughter?
just her daughter.
Just her
Yeah,
daughter. Okay. I
Because she
see.
has
I got-
him while he's frozen.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. So
That's a different
That-
timeline. He might have a daughter in a different timeline.
Who knows what we're gonna get into with this
spicy
multiverse of
nougat.
madness. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see her turn that whole family lineage and go towards the dark side, if you will. But I thought it was a great way to wrap it up when they did that. They showed the family barbecue, and they showed there's a lot of memes going around on TikTok because Bucky was there. They're like, oh, they invited him to the cookout.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw
he got
like
the invite.
the reverse Get Out cookout.
So I mean, it was a good, nice, heartfelt, warm ending.
It's been a long
God.
week. It's all right.
Yeah, it's always been a long week. I have to have one of those moments every episode, man. It could be the next day of a next episode. It's still been a long week.
Sometimes you just have those weeks,
Too many weeks in a week.
Sometimes there are those too. That's for sure.
But I was trying to think of anything else like significant that happened in this one because I've got up everything here. We got U.S. Agent, obviously Captain America showing up. Oh yeah, Isaiah Bradley. Yeah, him getting his own place in history where Sam actually got everything set up for him there and like showed him that and I did like when he first went to go see him again and that kid was like, "What do you want?" And he's like, "You really need to learn some manners." like
That
how many
kid,
times
that
have
kid
I
will
been-
play some significance later on too.
Oh really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because they kept showing him way too much. I don't know if it was for just comic value with him
No.
always giving him shit.
There's-
But I did.
They're setting up the Young Avengers, and he'll be a part of it.
Mm.
Okay. Well, it would make sense since he comes from his, his grandfather. Um, but I did like that, showing him that they set up the statue, and they gave him that, they had that moment and whatnot and everything, which was really cool. And then you had the ending, the family cookout, all that stuff. And I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, other than the action, that was pretty much all the meat and potatoes of that one. We're gonna what we have to wait how long before the next Marvel show? What do we got? Loki,
June 11th.
June 11th. Okay.
Black Widow will be out before that, right?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure Black Widow is going to be coming out before that. Let me look that up.
And that one's a movie, right?
Yeah,
I believe so.
Okay. I'm excited for that Loki show. It looks like it's gonna be sweet.
Yeah, Loki's gonna be great.
I'm gonna go back through. Those are the next set of movies I want to start on is Thor. Now I want to go and watch those. I did watch Spider-Man: Far From Home. Phenomenal. I love it. These new Spider-Man movies. I'm not gonna lie. I love these new Spider-Man movies. They're sweet. They are. And I like that at the end of that one they got the original dude who played
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I love that they had him playing it again. Dude. I was like, this is great.
It's gonna be weird if they do like a multiverse one, like in the next movie, like if they have him play like both versions of Jameson. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be awesome.
So I do have the date. So Loki's first with June 11th, and then it has Black Widow coming out on July 9th. So Black Widow will be after the fact. So we have to wait until June 11th to get anything more Marvel as far as Disney Plus shows, movies are concerned. And then after that, they've got the what is it? The What If? It's
that's where they changed like just for example, like what if Agent Carter got the super serum and became Captain America? Like, what if this character was really this character?
So just exploring alternate like storylines.
Yeah, basically. It's a comic book series. It's kind of a cool one. But I think they're just gonna be shorts, like just short episodes.
Okay.
About like what if?
Yeah,
it's cartoon. Like, I think it's animated.
Yeah, the screenshot that they show is Agent Carter as Captain America in an animated form, and then for the synopsis it says, "What if?" flips the script on the MCU, reimagining famous events from the films in unexpected ways. Marvel Studios' first animated series focuses on different heroes from the MCU, featuring a voice cast that includes a host of stars who reprise their roles. So, from what it says, they're going to have a good chunk of people reprising the actual voices for these characters,
right.
Which I think is good because kind of like when the Avengers movie or video game came out that Square Enix made, they didn't have any of the voices for the character, and people hated it.
That would be weird.
It takes you right out of the experience.
Yeah, and then that's what people said. And the likenesses were kind of there a little bit, as close as they can make them. But without the voices, I was like, I'm not going to play it because that's just ingrained in my brain at this point with how many fucking movies that they've had. You can't do it. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as releases coming out, because then we don't even have anything until September after we get the What If and Black Widow, which is going to be the Shang-Chi movie, and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And then, one that I'm so excited for coming up is going to be on September 17th. We got the we got the Venom Let There Be Carnage movie. Dude, I'm so stoked to see what's his fucking face.
Yeah, you're so stoked you don't even know his name. Tom Hardy.
No. Well, obviously I know Tom Hardy.
Woody
I'm talking
Harrelson.
about Woody Harrelson playing Carnage. That's
Woody Harrelson playing Carnage.
You never seen? Oh, you gotta watch Venom.
No, yeah, I haven't seen Venom.
You gotta watch Venom.
Not yet.
That's a good one.
That's on the list too.
That honestly is a great movie. Fuck,
it is really good.
Fuck.
I couldn't just grab it from you.
Yeah.
Because they don't have that on Disney Plus, do they?
Yeah, but they did. I know we talked about how Sony signed that deal with Netflix.
Yeah.
They just signed a deal with Disney Plus. They'll be getting all the Spider-Man movies and Venom, but it's going to be after they get uploaded to Netflix. Netflix will have first priority, but they will be going to Disney Plus as well.
All right.
Yes. So
they kind of cut the back door down on Netflix because it's like, oh, I could wait a few months and I'll just get them on Disney Plus.
Yep.
So, I mean, Sony's doing a lot of wheeling and dealing trying to get that shit out, but I'm glad they're at least pushing it out in general.
Yeah.
Because Venom is... Because if this one does well like the first one did, even though it got bombed by critics and everyone loved the movie,
Yeah, because critics are fucking stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because and we'll get into when we do
Most
a Mortal
critics
Kombat.
don't know the actual context.
Yeah, I mean that's the issue because like even with like the Mortal Kombat movie, which I'm gonna, we might possibly do a review on that because I don't know if have you guys seen it?
Not yet.
If Nick doesn't want to do it, I'm definitely down.
No, I'm down. I gotta use your
Yeah.
use your HBO stuff to see
Yeah.
it, but I'm totally down to see it. I'm just gonna
Okay.
bum off you for that.
Because
So.
I have a lot to say about that movie, good
You
and
have
bad.
seen it?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
Okay.
My cousin had a lot to say about it. Not Mason, another one.
Okay.
Is he like a huge Mortal Kombat fan?
He's a huge gamer. So.
Okay. Because I mean, I'm a Mortal Kombat fan in the sense of like knowing like the story, the history, knowing the original
Yeah,
games, playing
that's how
those
he
and
is.
stuff. Yeah. So I mean, but I haven't played a lot of the new ones. So we'll do a review on that for sure. So just stay tuned to find out when that's going to happen. As soon as Nick watches it, we'll get together and do that one here soon. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up here with Marvel. Like I said, stay tuned for Loki coming out on June 11th. That's going to be the next series that we're going to be covering. And I'm assuming it's going to be just like normal every Friday release. So we'll stay tuned. We'll let you know if it's Friday, Saturday, whatever. Or whenever we can get to it with scheduling conflicts. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. And we will catch you next time.
Yeah. Peace out.
Yep.